Hi guys, Django here, and welcome to episode 12 of this Valhelsia Enhanced Vanilla Hardcore playthrough series. We are going to be looking at power in this episode. We've postponed it for too long. We built up our Applied Energistics and Tech Reborn systems a little bit too much, and we're now running out of power. We're in a bit of a power crisis. We're going to set up some automated lava, which is going to be fuel for our generators that will carry us for quite a while. So stick around. Okay, so let's take a look at our power situation. The Applied Energistics setup here is using probably the most power. And if we use this network tool, we can right click on any device on the network and we can see a lot of information. We can see its stored power, most importantly, what its usage is. So we're at about 27 E or 53 AE per tick. Those are just energy units. I like to work in E's because that's what we're talking about with Tech Reborn power as well. I've added a few energy cells here because we've got some solar power, and when it gets dark like this, we have some elevators here. Our solar panels out here, we've got 3 of them, and they don't, obviously they don't do well. Industrial solar panels do generate power at night, but just for E's per tick. So you see we're draining the power that we have filled up in these solar panels. Each of these solar panels generates 24 in the daytime. So we've got plenty during the day, and we need to build up some excess at night so that our system keeps running. Now this is still going up because this energy cell is drawing power from our solar panels upstairs. Let's sleep. Let's keep our power increasing, not decreasing. Because it's terrible when you run out of power and you can't get to your inventory in your AE system. I've got these regular generators here. These only produce 10 E's per tick when they're running, but they have to be running. We can see that here if we put some coal in here and look at its output. It's not storing anything because the system is using up that 10 per tick that it's producing. If we grab it and stick it over here, we can see that it does fill up with 10 per tick. So these are pretty useless as we start to build up our system. They were good when we only had this recycler going, and we can see what it's doing too. So we can't really, we're okay for power right now, especially with these energy cells here to keep us going overnight if we don't sleep. But in order to expand further, and especially to expand into Tech Reborn, we're absolutely going to need some more power generation. And we're going to move on next to thermal generators, which require some Invar and reinforced glass. And reinforced glass needs lead plates. So we need to get our compressor out, which we already have one, because remember, way early on in an episode, we needed some iron plates, I believe. So now we've got a compressor. Let's get some lead compressing. And we've got plenty of lead here. If we make a block of lead like this, it compresses at the same speed as 1 lead ingot in here, but we get 9. So let's just make 9 plates. And while that's going on, we need Invar. Invar ingots is created in an alloy smelter with nickel and iron. And nickel comes from a centrifuge, which we don't have yet. But thankfully, we already have some Invar. So we turn our Invar dust, small Invar dust into big Invar dusts. We're getting all this from the recycler, by the way. And now if we smelt these, and while we're at it, do we have any, what do we have for nickel? Yes, we can make, yeah, we've got a good amount of nickel. So let's go smelt these. We'll put these in our smelter down here. Now these we have automatically heading up into our system. So when those smelt, those will appear in our storage. Okay, we've got our lead plates. We don't have our Invar yet, but in the meantime, let's make some patterns. We're going to need a pattern for thermal generator. We need a pattern for a generator. The generator is the basis for lots of things. So we'll put these in our these crafting patterns in our assemblers. And now if we want to make we already have a generator. We want to make a thermal generator. We have recipes to make reinforced glass and thermal generator and generator. Electronic circuits. We've got these in our inventory and we're missing the Invar plates. So we put these in here. Let's look at the Invar. Okay, we've got 6 ingots now from Invar. I think that's everything. Let's turn these into plates. And let's make a quick alloy smelter. I think we can make it just with a furnace. Two of those. An iron alloy furnace. Now this just burns coal, so we can put this over here for now. And we need, for more Invar, we need iron and nickel ingots. Let's just take half of those. We got lots of iron. Now with these, we should get Invar. Oh, lots of Invar. Okay. And we can make a block of Invar. Which will compress 9 times as fast. We're going to create auto crafting using patterns for these machines soon. All right, we should be able to make some thermal generators now. Let's make 2. Can we make 2? Yes, we can. And now we have 2 thermal generators. All right, we will put these over here. And we can take lava out of these cauldrons. And this is a vanilla Minecraft lava generation. So up above here, we have lava source blocks. It can't be flowing lava. And if we put lava in here, these are medium tier generators, and they generate 16 per tick. So 2 of these will drive our whole system that we have so far. But combined with the solar, we have a lot. But what's great about these is they store up 1 million energy units, which can last us overnight. So between the 2 of these and our solar, we should be good. But now the thing is, we need to keep these full, and that can be somewhat tedious. But we're going to automate that. Let's connect this. Now they've emptied out because they're filling up our energy cells. Okay, so now some time has passed and it's nighttime. Our thermal generators have emptied. Watch out for those. Get shocked by the bare gold cables. However, our AE system is running strong because we have these 2 energy cells and they're still full. which means the power is coming from these solar generators still, and they're still providing some power. They're almost empty, but we're getting toward halfway through the night before our solar panels are emptying out, and the Tech Reborn recycler is still cranking away, which is what's using most of the power, and we're in pretty good shape. Now, using these empty cells, I should have mentioned this before, these empty cells are like buckets, and they're made with 4 tin ingots. They're Tech Reborn items, and they're basically stackable buckets. And you can see here, now we've got these empty cells have turned into 6 lava cells. And we can just put these lava cells straight into a thermal generator, and they'll empty out, and we can get the empty cells out of here. So now we're back generating power from our thermal generators. But what we want to do next is we don't want to be using these cells and running lava back and forth, because that will just be doing that forever. So we're going to automate the extraction of the lava from these cauldrons. And normally with vanilla Minecraft, you can't do that. Cauldrons do not allow you to pull fluid out into buckets or with any methods. However, with Applied Energistics, we can use import buses to pull the lava out into our network. Applied Energistics has full fluid storage as well. So we're going to need a few things for this. We're going to need, and we're going to need a few more patterns for this as well. So we're going to need an ME chest that we're going to use to store the lava coming out of that system in kind of a separate storage system. We could also just put a fluid drive in our main network, but let's do it like this for now. We're going to need a fluid storage cell, which is this one right here, 64K ME fluid storage cell, which is made with a 64K storage component, which we already have. So all we have to do is create the cell itself. And we'll make a pattern for this. We need more patterns. Let's be a little more careful with our resources. Okay, now we have that. We're also going to need an import bus, which we have a pattern for. Import bus that we have a pattern for. Interface that we have a pattern for. We have a storage bus that we have a pattern for. So I think that's going to leave us in pretty good shape. Now, each of this, we're going to need 6 import buses, and each of those needs a slime ball, and also the storage bus needs a slime as well. And we have, fortunately, 7 left. This is exactly the right number that we need. Okay, so let's make what we need for this. Okay, so we need 6 import buses. And there goes 6 of our slime balls. We need storage bus. There goes our 7th slime ball. We're going to need an interface. We need the flat version of that. We're going to need 6 capacity cards. Not capacity cards. We need 6. So we need 6 acceleration cards. Which means we need an advanced card. Let's make patterns for that. That's going to need some diamonds. We'll see how this goes. All right, we have everything we need there. 6 acceleration cards. An ME chest. We need an ME terminal, which I have no more pattern slots, so let's just make this one by hand. See how annoying this gets when we have to do this all by hand. There, now we can make our ME chest. And we need the fluid storage cell. We have everything we need for that, thankfully. That's going to take a minute. And we need a bunch of smart cable. Never have too much of that. Okay, we're going to do this really quick and dirty because we don't have enough resources to make a fully expandable system, but we're going to move this later. I've done this in another video. I'll link to it in the description. So I go into detail on how this works in that video. So we're just going to do this quickly. Set up a dirty one to get things going. So we need 6 import buses, and each import bus needs an acceleration card because cauldrons can't put out partial buckets, and without an acceleration card, an import bus won't pull out a partial bucket, and we won't pull out a full bucket. So we need an acceleration card, just one. Now we need smart cable connecting each of these, and we can only do this with 6 per segment because of the number of channels that we have available. And we'll put one here and here. And now we need an interface here and a storage bus, another smart cable. And now out here, we need our storage chest and a fluid storage cell in it. Now, as soon as we power this network, this is going to pull, these importers are going to pull the lava out. So where should we break through with our ME cable? I want to break through dig through the floor a little bit. All right, we'll go right straight underneath here. We can actually cover these up with cable covers. This is really ugly. But we're just trying to get this to work for now. Okay, now we've got one channel being used by this storage bus. We need, for one thing, we need a fiber cable, quartz fiber rather, which allows us to transfer power, but not the network. So if we put a smart cable here, fiber here to keep these two networks from connecting. All right, now I'm going to connect this. Let's watch this work. We've got 4 cauldrons. So now the cauldron's emptied, and now the lava is showing up in our chest. Now the last step is to get the lava to go into... Can we go under these? Okay, let's do it like this. Keep it a little bit clean. Now, so to get the lava into these generators, we need 2 export buses, which I apparently don't have patterns for. So we need 2 pistons. Make a bunch of those. And we're going to need 2 formation cores. And now we can make 2 export buses. 1, 2. And we need a lava bucket to kind of prime our exporters. So now we put our export buses on our generators and we set them up for lava. So we take a lava bucket, I think it'll work with a cell also, and right click to set lava as the export. And here, same thing. And connect to them. Those use 2 of our channels. Now our generators are already set up to as input. Let's just make sure. We can put our floor back together a little bit. Now the lava has left and moved into our generators. Now this setup right here is completely repeatable, and we can just kind of head in this direction, which is where our spawners are. So we're going to have to move this before we do that. But now we've got these cauldrons producing lava, and they will keep our generators full. Thanks to the solar power, we should be able to get ahead with lava just with 6 cauldrons. So eventually our lava, these will fill up with lava. And as soon as these fill up, then we'll start to accumulate lava in our storage system. Now that we've built this, let's just do a quick recap about how this works. So the lava generates in these cauldrons automatically. This is a vanilla mechanic. These import buses pull the lava out of the cauldrons into our network. We have a sub-network here, or an ad hoc network, which is completely separate from the rest of our system thanks to this quartz fiber. That's why these 8 channels are here, and they're all used up. So we can't put another cauldron on this sub-network, which is why we only have 6. Each of these import buses has an acceleration card in it, which allows it to pull out a full bucket at a time. Without that, the lava would not be pulled out of the cauldrons. Now, import buses need somewhere to go for them to pull stuff out, and that's what this ME chest is for, that has a 64K fluid storage cell in it. And that's really all it takes for this subnetwork to pull stuff out of the cauldrons. Now, in order for this to be visible to the rest of our network, we use this combination of an interface and a storage bus, which has the effect of treating everything behind the storage bus or in front of it as basically a storage device. And now this storage bus makes what is in this chest available to the entire rest of the system. Now we have a fluid card in this chest, so we can only store fluids in here. Technically, we could store water in there. And because that storage bus is there, do we have any water? We have some water cells. We can just put water into our system by right-clicking with these cells. And now we're going to see this water is stored in this chest. So this becomes network storage for fluids. And there you go. That's how it works. Again, I did a video in depth on how to make this fully from scratch, including the lava sources, as well as expanding this several of these segments out. It's fully expandable and it can repeat forever. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for this episode. We did a lot of crafting and building of machines here. This really sets us up to, with enough power, to expand our AE2 system, because we need more pattern providers and atomic assemblers. And it's really going to allow us to jump into Tech Reborn. And we'll set up those machines, but I'm going to spend most of the time in the next few episodes, I think, automating that stuff with Tech Reborn, because that's really, I think, what's most interesting. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I will see you next time.